What's up, college football addicts? Today, we're going to talk about what college football does better than the NFL and what it ultimately does worse. After weeks of conference realignment and torching the ACC, I figured it's time to chill out just a little bit. Now, if you're a diehard college football fan who watches nothing but college football, type the word college football down in the comments. If you're a diehard NFL fan who watches mostly NFL, then let me know that as well down in the comments. And if you love both, well, then let us know down below. Also, shout out Crazy Penguin and Reddit College Football. Now, first, let's get into it. College football is better because of the rivalry atmosphere. College football has a much better rivalry game atmosphere compared to the NFL. There's nothing quite like the electric atmosphere of a packed stadium when your team faces their biggest foe. The drunken antics of college kids who have had way too many, the epic and often signs that are hanging up, the edgy feeling that some stuff may go down at any time if people talk too much trash and push their luck, all of the energy, all of the chants, all of the history, all of the years of bad blood, it comes together for an absolutely unforgettable experience. And let's be honest, the NFL honestly just can't compete with the kind of passion that you see at the college level. Next, I'll tell you, college is worse because of its postseason. In the NFL, they allow a lot more teams in, so you'd never have an undefeated team being left out like what happened with Florida State this year. Plus, home team advantage is far more intriguing than neutral site games. Now, I know the college football playoff recently adopted a more NFL model, but they still will not have as many participants, and they only get home games for the first round. The college football playoff is, in my opinion, not nearly as good as what we had with the BCS, and there were a lot of BCS detractors and haters. But you never had kids opting out of bowl games. You never had people saying that bowl games didn't matter. You certainly had a more enjoyable postseason product when it was just the top two teams playing for their championship. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and we'll probably get to that in another video because I could go on for about 15 more minutes as to why that happened, but I don't love the postseason in college football anymore. Next, college is better because it has much more passionate and dedicated fans. Fan connection with schools during what is often considered the most fun years in people's lives. College football boasts a strong emphasis on school spirit, alumni involvement, and historic rivalries. Game days are often huge campus events. Families and friends travel together to relive and enjoy those memories and experiences. The NFL just isn't the same. Next, college is worse because of its refereeing. Plays like targeting in college football are an absolute travesty, and you can never predict what the refs will do. At times, it feels like you are more certain. The more certain you are of a call, the more you should be concerned. And it probably is because of a couple of reasons. One, every league has their own refs. Number two, they're just inconsistent amongst leagues. They don't look at things the same way. The NFL, as much as I'd like to give them a hard time on this, certainly does a better job with their officials. Next, college is better because it has much better tailgating. People are super energetic and wild, and a lot of time in college, you have lifetime friends and family getting back together to tailgate. Now, I've been to some cool tailgates for some NFL games, but nothing compares to what college football has in this realm. Next, college is worse because of its poor clock management and advertisements. The NFL has better clock rules and less advertisements. The NFL review system is also superior, so there are less delays. College football sometimes feels like it has way too many commercials, and the commercial breaks take forever. With the new timing rules in the college football game, you've also gotten less game time, less gameplay, and more commercials every single week. Next, college is better because its teams don't relocate. Thankfully, college teams are permanently affixed to their areas. Now, they may not all play in on-campus stadiums, but you're not going to see a team relocating to the other side of the country and leaving their fans far behind. Now, I'll tell you, college is worse because the NFL TV experience is just better. The experience feels more streamlined, and it tends to keep fans more engaged. I already talked about the endless commercials with college football, but also think about how college allows players to fake injuries endlessly to slow down the pace of the game. This greatly kills the experience, the quality of the TV program that you're getting. Next, college is better because it serves a bigger geographical footprint and serves both large cities and smaller towns. Towns like Athens, Tuscaloosa, Tallahassee, Columbus. These smaller towns are gritty, more blue collar, and each have their own individual character. Next, college is worse because a decent amount of fans cheer for their conference. You will never catch an NFL fan cheering for the AFC South or a Dallas fan saying something like, "Welp, it's a shame that we didn't make it, but at least the Eagles did." It's frustrating to see at times, and you could pick out the conferences that do this, but to me, it's always been weird. It doesn't happen in any other level of sport. Next, college is better because of its marching bands. Hearing them play is basically mainlining pure energy. It gets you absolutely pumped for the game. It keeps the energy flowing throughout the game. However, college is worse because of the talent discrepancy and the lack of parity. You get games like Ohio State versus Rice, and the game is more or less predetermined. There's a much greater variance from team to team, talent-wise, in college, as opposed to the NFL, where the worst teams have a relatively decent chance at winning every time they step on the field. Next up, college is better because coaching matters more. A good college coach can really overcome incredibly large talent discrepancies. I'm thinking of coaches like the late Mike Leach, who could pull a rabbit or two out of the hat annually. I'm thinking about coaches like Chris Kleiman or Kyle Whittingham, who can roll into town with a huge talent disadvantage, but before you know it, it's the fourth quarter and you are in a very close game. College is worse because the NFL is better at player development. NFL coaches are masters at their craft. College serves as a stepping stone for a lot of the NFL quality coaches. Now, what do you guys think? Did we miss something? What makes college or pro football better to you? Remember my question earlier. Which game are you a bigger fan of? Are you a college fan? Are you a pro fan, or both? Let me know down in the comments. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Something a little bit different today, something that isn't conference realignment for the first time in a while. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's talk about it down below here on College Football Addiction.